Well, it's been a minute. Hello, YouTube. It's me, Saint Riot, the guy who plays Elden Ring and does invasions a lot. And I'm back with more footage of said Elden Ring invasions for you. These were recorded off stream, I think, a couple weekends ago, while I was playing Dragon's Dogma 2, in between my first playthrough and my second playthrough. And I wanted to do some invasions, but I didn't feel like doing much with any new build or anything like that, so I just used my old standby, one of my favorites, Carian Knight person. I was going to say Carian Knight guy, but I think this character is actually named after Agrius Oaks from Final Fantasy Tactics. So Carian Knight Girl, using the Carian Knight Sword and the Carian Sword sorceries, as well as a few others. The Cannon of Haima, the Gavel of Haima, obviously. And this build has max cast speed, as I've talked about before, giving that Carian Greatsword a true combo with Carian Piercer, which is pretty nice. And the Carian Knight Sword heavy attack does a really nice job. If someone panic rolls after the Carian Knight Sword heavy attack, that Carian Greatsword is a really nice roll catch into the Carian Piercer, and it's a wonderful, beautiful thing. So in this invasion, something that I'm sure probably a lot of people haven't seen, I imagine this person sent their Phantom home because they couldn't progress beyond this point with the Phantom. And as soon as they send their Phantom home, I have invaded, and now they still can't progress beyond this point. And as we keep walking into this weird invisible border, the game is taking us and reloading us back where it dropped us off at. A really strange design decision. There seems like there has to be a better way to do that. Maybe put up a fog wall or something. The weird loading screen. It's not even a loading screen. There's just the weird fade to black and then fade back in. Kind of odd. Not something I've seen it before, but it's one of those things you don't see it very often. I thought it was worth clipping in context. Most of these clips are just things I thought were cool or funny. Absolutely robbed, pilfered of my true combo there. But then we get the sweet backstab, and into the other sweet backstab. Some of that Dark Souls 1 montage footage. Love that. Black Flame Tornado is one of those Ashes of War that is perfectly designed to catch a panic roll at the end. And it's very easy to panic roll because you'll queue a roll up. I don't even know if I would consider it a panic roll most of the time, but you know what I'm saying. This guy's poor lightning spell just not triggering, or maybe he was targeting an ant somewhere, I don't know, but it seems strange that he would run up on me, cast a lightning spell, and not target me. So I imagine a lot of those lightning spells that come, from the sky to wherever, a lot of them behave pretty strangely in weird floor areas and areas with weird ceilings or no ceiling. So I imagine that that's what happened there. I have recently started playing with Loretta's Mastery on this build. It's very expensive to cast Loretta's Mastery, but in situations like what you just saw, you can actually get some serious damage out of it. And a lot of times it's not enough to kill somebody, but it is enough damage to, like, make them burn a flask, you know? Like, that's not the type of damage you want to just walk around living with. You don't want to walk around living with, you know, down 600 hit points if you can help it. But it's one of those spells that I feel like when other people hit me with it, they hit me with it from an entire map away. But when I use it, it has like this very limited lock-on range. Kind of drives me crazy. But you know, there's a lot of spells that feel that way. That feel like they break the lock-on when you try and use them. And yet you will have sworn that people have hit you with this spell from an entirely separate zip code, which is a unit of measuring distance in America. Not like a, you know, it's not like a meter. It's basically how we measure how close cities are together. It's one of those things I've always said, you know, like, oh, he's in a different zip code. And it just occurred to me, like, people in Europe are like, I don't know what that is. It just means you're in a different city. You're, like, a different post office handles your mail, is what it means. But I still like it. Loretta's Mastery. You can also do the weird trick shot with it, where you are unlocked and facing backwards, and then lock on right as you fire it. I haven't really played with that much, but that's something that could be interesting to mess around with. Here's some more backstab footage for you. Never should have done it. Never should have gave them back. And yet, they did give me my backstabs back. And now everyone's paying the price. Not everyone, just the people in this video. And some other people that didn't make it into the video. Most everyone is paying the price, but not everybody. I can already hear you now. Saint, what are the stats for this build? I don't know, but I'll give you a sort of rough estimate, okay? We want max cast speed, and I'm wearing Radigan's icon, which means my dex is probably at 40. And then the Radigan's icon is giving me 30, and that's max cast speed. And then everything else is in intelligence and vigor, and then probably just a little bit of mind and endurance. But this is essentially just vigor and intelligence doing all your damage, and then you're relying on the dex for the cast speed. But since we're using the Carian Nightsword, that dex is also giving us damage on our attacks with the Carian Nightsword. I don't think it's doing anything for the Ash of War, but for just the standard attacks, that dex is going to help. The Carian Nightsword, I think, ends up with like BB scaling in strength dex, and then maybe like A scaling in int or something like that. You can after I get done. I hate people spamming the golden waves, man. I hate it so much. Especially with a wizard, that's just ridiculous. I was gonna say maybe we could look at the Carian Nightsword there, but I had the menu closed, so no, we can't. Look it up yourself. You know, just use Google. You'll figure it out. Point is, it's a good quality weapon, and it's got good int scaling as well. I think maybe it's BBC. Maybe it's B strength, B dex, C int. I feel like int is the worst. Saint, why don't you just Google it for us? Fine, shut up. Boy, I was way off. It's CDD. C strength, D dex, D int. Point still stands though. The dex is helping us with the physical damage. The int is helping us with the magic damage. Absolutely love this weapon. So all that dex is helping the build a little bit. But if you were to make a build like this, you can mix some of the stats around and find a way to get it to your liking. But this is to mine, and I hope you liked it too. I'll see you next time. Later, y'all.